Hey you vapers all over the world, this is Joe the Village Vaper coming at you from Ireland, and today gonna do, as I promised, a little build on a good RDA for beginners, and it's wrong way around. The Hell Vape and collaboration with the Vaping Chronicles, the DropDead. So I think I've showed you the box and that for this before. It's a nice box though, and you can see there drop-in build that which it is, flavour focused airflow, 810 drip tip adapter. Yeah, so well 810 drip tip. I think you get a 510 adapter in there. So anyway, yeah, let's have a look at this little beauty. It's I love this RDA. It's like I said, it's simple to build on, so have a look around it. You know, nice bit of brand in there. The DropDead is pretty. It's kind of, you know, the 2Ds and the rabbit who looks as if he's seen better days. But there's your 810 drip tip. Actually, this isn't the one it come with, but I think that looks pretty funky, you know. Yeah. And you have 14 holes each side. You can cut them off. There's a nice bit of knurling at the top. You see there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 shut off, and you hit you hit 14 shut off, and you hit a stop then, yeah. It's hard to see, yeah, that's them all shut off. Open them all back up again, like so, yeah, that's all 14, is it? All 14, oh, just about all 14, but you get me drift anyway, yeah, and it's easy to, so, gonna put it on me Vapor stand. I did actually Vapor Storm. This wasn't a bad little mod in its day. I actually had 2 of them. I only went up to 40 watts, but I used to use some old atomizers on it and that, you know, and yeah, put the DropDead on this. I'm going to show you, give you a look at the build deck. As you can see, it's a nice little sort of drop-in kind of raised post, you know. I've unscrewed the screws already, and I have 2 coils ready to go. Have a look at the inside cap of the chimney. Bit of kind of doming going on. You can see your airflows there, the way they're ever so slightly angled down, which is good. They're going to be hitting your coils. Yeah, and the tip comes out handy enough. You can swap it if you want for, have a clear tip here. Doesn't look bad, you know. Yeah, looks alright with the clear tip. And what does it look like with this one? Blue tip, blue and marbly effect. Yeah, that looks quite nice as well. But sod it, I'm gonna stick with this this red one. I think this 810 drip tip looks really well on it. See a nice shiny logo. So yeah, back to the deck. So it's a raised post deck, kind of Genesis style, I suppose. But here we have our gold is our positive and our silver is our negative, and you can see the split there. You know, this is our positive part of the deck, and the silver is the negative part. So I'm kind of being lazy today. I could use a coil jig like this and some wire, but I haven't actually got no wire, so I can't really show you. All I have left is a little bit of flat alien wire. I meant to order some bloody wires, so I'll show you what I'm using. I'm using these. They're nice coils with Tofo 28 by 4 by 36, 0.26 3mm in a diameter. Yeah, nichrome 80. Oh, so it's 28 times 4. That means there's 4 smaller, 4 bigger bigger wires in there wrapped in a 36 gauge, which is thinner. You see, the higher the number you go, the thinner the wire, and the lower you go, the thicker the wire. I usually use 24 gauge, it's nice, or 26 gauge, even 28 gauge, whatever suits you. But yeah, like, sorry about that, having that. I've no wire, you know, so I'm going to use these. And I've actually cut two. Get on there. Oh, I forgot to put the coils back in. I actually kind of done this video earlier and I messed it up a bit, so I'm doing it again. It's a bit of a bollocks, really. But no, I like to show you guys how to do stuff, you know, so especially if you're new. So what we're going to do is I have a coil here. You can see I've had them in, but they're still practically brand new. So which side? So we want to go one silver, one gold, you know, posting negative, posting positive. Just going to hold it there and measure it up. What you want to do is measure it up to your airflow. So you can see the airflow's hitting the coil, like, you know. And just make sure you do that, you'll get better results. So where's my screwdriver? Yeah, the flathead screws. I've had this a year or so. I've never had no problems with screws on this. Haven't threaded one yet, or no. So you're gonna screw this in nice and tight. Hope you can see all this. Yeah, that's about where it was earlier. Yeah, messed that one up. Pressed the wrong bloody button on the phone. I still haven't got the grasp of editing great, so any mistakes I do really usually see them, but I think that's quite a good thing. Now, you see under here, I had to earlier focus under the legs there, you can actually, if you don't want no like coil hitting the base or any other metal part of the base. You see the legs underneath there, they're fine because I've cut them. But basically if they are hanging out too much, you have to get your snips in and, you know, give them a snip off. There's plenty room, you know, to put your snips in and snip off. Because if it's touching the bottom, you're just going to get a short and mess up the circuit, you know. So anyway, going to put this other coil on the other side. Should go in, it should just sit in there actually, because like I said, I've had them in already. Just need to pull it up a little bit. And I'm going to tighten them, and then I can have a little mess with them if need be. But main thing is get your coils in and make sure, you know, you do have positive and negative, your legs in the right holes, or it's just not going to work, you know. It will just come up atomizers short when you go to fire. So yeah, that's actually not too bad. I'm happy with that. They're both the same height. So I'm gonna screw these home. The screws are good on the DropDead. I'm glad to say. I'm not a great fan of flathead screws, but these are exceptionally good screws. I've used them loads of times, I don't know, hundreds of times maybe. But yeah, so just going to straighten these leads a little bit. Don't need that much altering, I don't want to stab myself. So, and then what we're going to do is just check this. Yeah, that's a bit better. Push it down a bit, yeah. So there, now we're going to put this on my Geek Vape. I'm very fond of my Geek. I have other mods, but I just like the Geek Vapes used. Plus it's a fairly accurate ohms reader, so you know, you want to know your ohms. There's a fella called Legion Vapes, actually. He does a great video, so you want to build some coils. That's where I got the confidence to start building. But anyway, right, I've got a 40.5 watts. That's not bad. The coil is coming out at 0.12. It should be by rights. You see, if you have a 0.26 coil, yeah, and if you double it up, it should be half of that. So it should be 0.13 really, but you know, that's not bad. It's come out 0.12, and I have to get the hotspots out because there's obviously a couple. Just going to have a look now. So I'm pulsing it. Yeah, there was not too bad actually. Do you know that? They're actually nigh on perfect. I'll give them a little scrape for scrape's sakes anyway. Have me ceramic tweezers here. They're the ones you want, you know. Safest to use. You can see where I've been using the black on. Give them a quick little scrape because I've seen a couple of little spots. Didn't look so great. Pulse it, pulse it. Yeah, that's grand inside out. Well, hey, so there's your coils put in. See how simple that was, and that, you know, even if you feel more comfortable, you can, well, gonna have a drop of tea, excuse me. Oh, lovely, and a vape as well. What was I babbling on about? Yeah. If you're worried or that whilst you're building on the deck or that, switch your mod off. You know, switch it off and do your building. That's fine, but you have to put it on to obviously get your hotspots out. I'm gonna have a vape. I'm vaping on me Vandy Vapex. I'm having a little squonk on the recurve RDA. Lovely. Yeah, that's very nice. I've got some Danish. I'll quickly tell you what I have on this. Oh yeah, it's Danish cinnamon scones by Barista Brew Company. They're doing some really good juices just lately. Right, on with the, sound like a teacher, on with the tutorial. But this is what I want to do. This is the whole point of it. I enjoy it. It's my hobby. I want to, like, you know, share me knowledge of vaping to others. So I'm going to use a bit of cotton bacon. It's very good. You get it in, comes in, wait till I get a big strip, comes in big strips like that. So you can, you know, you can tear off however much you think you need. You know, it's all trial and error at the beginning, but when you get more practice at building, you can kind of eyeball. So I'm going to try and eyeball enough for a 3mm inner diameter. I'm going to tear off a shred, roll it up a little bit, and roll one end up nice and tight like that. These should be cool now. Yeah, they are. This should go through. Yeah, it has just. And give it a good pull. You want a nice bit of resistance, you know. Not too tight so it deforms your coil. That's perfect actually. And I want to bear in mind, you know, you need a bit going in the juice well. So give it a snip about there. And I got these new scissors, they're Kitchen Devil, they're great scissors. I was using these little fold away jobs, rubbish, pure rubbish. I put them in the bin after this, bloody useless, yeah. Anyway, yeah, put me cotton in there. You need good scissors. Cotton is very heavy on scissors, and I know Kitchen Devils does good knives, so for cooking and that, you know. So I'm going to get another piece of cotton bacon, give it a twist, give it a good twist. Wet your fingers if you need to, helps. I'm going to put that through the other coil, like so. It's not going through. Give it another bit of twist. Nothing stuck in there, is there? Shouldn't be. I should knock it out if there is. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, again, that's nice bit of resistance. I'm just going to pull it parallel to that side there. I'm going to cut it flush to this side. Oh yeah, these, them scissors, some different, you know. That are Kitchen Devil scissors. Kitchen Devils, yeah, really good scissors. I think they were, with the P&P, about £11-12. The scissors themselves are actually, I think, €8. Right, I'm going to give this cotton ever so slight rake out, so, you know, it wicks well. Wicking is just, you know, the oil travelling up the cotton. It wants to reach up into them coils, you know. Well, that's what we want it to do anyway. So I'm just going to snip them fuzz balls off, snip them off. Now, I don't know whether that's a bit too long, you know, by just, no, that's actually not bad. It's kind of hitting the base. Then you want to get your tweezers is the best job for this. And then just tuck them into the base. Nice and snug. You don't want them too tight. You want to be able to get your tweezers in and out nice and easy. So that's one side done. Yeah, we've raked this side out. We'll do the same again. Tuck them in. I know to new people vaping this might seem really easy, but it's not. You know, it took me a while to get the hang of it, and the confidence, you know. Like I said, you have to watch other vapers, you know, like JAs or Vaping Biker. Legion Vapes, definitely. He's brilliant, you know. A lot of Steve, his name is, great guy. I just Patreon to his channel. And you know what we're going to put on this? Yes. I'm going to put on some Barista Brew. I got this yesterday with some vape mail, some maple bar donut, 0 milligram. I put in a 20ml shot, so that brings it up to 3 milligram in strength. And give the coils a good soak. Don't be frightened because you have all that room. I'd say the base of this is about 5 mil deep. It's a generous base. You do get a squonking pin. I know my last one was I showed you about squonking. There is a squonking pin for it, but now I just, you know, with what's in the cotton, and look, I'm going to blob a bit of extra into and see how that's firing. See, the good thing about, we've got Vapers, the good thing about exotic coils, Claptons, Aliens and that, is they kind of, the whole juice, if you get what I mean, themselves, they're kind of a bit like the cotton as well. But I do like using normal wire, and it's far more cheaper and just the same results. I'm going to put the cap on. Want to kind of line up the, you know, you see this bit here, you line that up with that tab, and you know your holes are right over your cotton. So I'm gonna, oh no, what am I doing, screwing it off? Leave that on. I'm gonna have a vape with you now. I'm gonna turn the wattage up to, that's a bit high for me, up to 74. So yeah, it's still at 1.2, should be 1.3, but never mind it. You know, it's kicking out 3.2 volts, which is good. 320 puffs. I don't know when I reset that.